I'm a little bit late to the party here. Pipistrello and the Cursed Yoyo released about a week ago now, and it is an extremely chaotic and hectic metroidvania / Zelda-like. Thank you to the publisher for sending over a review key and making this video possible. But how's the game? It's fun and surprisingly puzzly. Long story short, the soul of your auntie becomes bonded with your trusty yo-yo, which gives it all sorts of powers and lets you learn a bunch of cool attacks and tricks. You'll use it to take down 4 crime bosses in different neighborhoods around the city and discover all sorts of secrets along the way. So the city itself is pretty open, with certain parts of it blocked off at the beginning of the game, metroidvania style. As soon as I finished the tutorial and was unleashed into its streets, I did what I always do in games like these. Run as far away as I could from the main objective to see what there is to see. The city is bustling with people, pigeons, and cars, so many cars, and I honestly had the most fun when I was just walking around aimlessly, popping into buildings and finding upgrades locked behind puzzles. You will eventually need to fight some bosses to get more movement abilities, and that means going to their respective zone and figuring out how to enter their dungeon, whether that's snagging yourself an employee badge to enter the construction site, or putting together your very own fan club to get seats to a soccer match. Pipistrello and the Cursed Yoyo has the funnest city setting I've ever explored in a game. It's like if I were trying to build my dream Lego city, I'd put all the fun stuff in there, like a shopping mall, a stadium, a sewer system that connects different zones together, a secret fight club perhaps. And between all these bigger attractions are a countless amount of smaller puzzle rooms and cleverly blocked off areas that'll put your yo-yo skills to the test, and I mean it. When you learn a new skill, you will use that skill, and you'll have to combine it with everything else you know in order to make it through, so definitely no missed opportunities here. Every skill is important, and you will wear that thing out. Some of the platforming is quite tricky, with some optional challenges bordering on brutal, and I'm so glad that Pocket Trap didn't shy away from putting players to the test. The game almost feels like a puzzle platformer actually in some spots, and there's a good mix of combat-focused areas and puzzle-focused ones. If you do find yourself getting frustrated in a certain room, which by the way, dying will just reset you back in the same room for a small fee, so there's no save points or anything here, but if you're having a hard time, it's probably time for you to switch up your loadout. Just pop into any of these red trapdoors scattered around and enter your family hideout, where your cousins are waiting to help you upgrade badges or sell you passive upgrades. This contract system is pretty interesting. Instead of immediately buying an upgrade, you enter a contract where half of the money you earn from that point on goes into paying it off. During this payment period, you'll have to deal with some sort of debuff, like dealing less damage or losing a health point. And after you pay it off, those will go away and you'll finally get your upgrade. But that means that while you're in debt, you're also at a disadvantage, just like in real life, so you may want to hold off until you defeat a boss to sign your next contract. Alongside this are badges, similar to charms in Hollow Knight. These can be found all around the map, some pretty easy to get and others requiring, say, a 3-part puzzle to unlock. There are a lot of these guys. I was gonna make a guide, but I still haven't found them all yet, and some of them are definitely more helpful than others. You can swap around a few different attacks once you learn them, but your big movement upgrades will always be available to use. I found that I had a strong preference for the around the world and the sleeper tricks, so that's what my usual loadout was. But again, certain situations may require you to switch things up. All in all, the game takes maybe 15-20 hours to beat, depending on how much you decide to explore the main city, which was without a doubt my favorite part. I'd say the map is maybe not the clearest, easiest to read thing in the world, but ultimately it does get the job done here. I enjoyed the boss dungeons slightly less than the open world, as they were more combat focused, but some of them still had some great puzzles. If anything, 1 or 2 of them felt a little bit dragged out, but again, this is honestly a nitpick. Pipistrello and the Cursed Yoyo is so fun and vibrant, and it's hiding some really well-designed puzzles and a bunch of wacky mechanics that can be strung together in a variety of ways. I wholeheartedly recommend this game to any Metroidvania fans looking for something fresh and more platforming focused. At the time of writing this review, the game is criminally underrated and I think more people should be playing it. There's a ton to do here, especially if you want to hunt down every last badge and secret, and that's what I'm gonna go do now, actually, after I go walk my dog, that is. Get it? It's a yo-yo trick.